Trey probably he's day to day still getting treatment, and so Mac's still in there right now, and we'll see how Trey we still got a few days left, so we'll see how things progress.
Javon Leak.
Same thing with him. He came out tested a little bit today, so I'll figure out after practice how it feels on him as well. But if not, then KB will be up with Rankin.
I'll just keep going. Noah Curtis.
Yeah. Nora, same thing. I think he was out here getting minimal reps today. He may have jumped in and got some Indy today, but I think he'll be good to go.
And Luchez took a big bang.
Yeah, at the end there in one of our scaly periods, him and one of the receivers kind of got tangled up a little bit, and I think it's just a little IT band or something, so I think he'll be okay.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Kevin Brown. I mean, you've seen what has happened the last 3 games.
Right.
I'm sure he's like the horse in the stable that's keeping the gate open.
Yeah, he's licking his chops right now, right? Like that's the first time I've seen him in a while be kind of speedy and kind of explosive in walkthrough, right? So that was good to see, but that's what happens when you get a fire lit under your butt a little bit from watching other guys do what you could have been in there doing.
Justin Rankin, speaking of the ground game, just talk about the impact he's made, and what do you think's enabled him to have the success he has the last 3 games?
I think the kid's just being him. He loves football to death. He wants to contribute in any way, form, or fashion that he can, and he's always studying his plays. And I don't know if you've seen him up in person, up close, but big traps, right? You got some major traps on him. So when he lowers his head and drops some shoulders, he's pushing forward all the time.
Success usually isn't one thing, but what are some keys for you guys that have enabled you to average 40 points a game in the last 3 games?
Well, I think just trying to impose our will on people. Having a plan, sticking to it. Not really deviating from it, and we haven't had really a reason to do that so far. So if we can impose our will and make other teams deviate from their plans, then that helps us in order to win games.
How much of a positive is it, a 3-game win streak? Both your quarterbacks played about a game and a half.
It's a big positive, especially when Mac was in there, and we hadn't won yet, and then Trey got in there, we won a couple, and then we were able to come back and get this one with Mac being in there. So I'm sure that was a vote of confidence for him, and I'm treating both those guys the same. I'm not looking at one as differently than the other as far as the game planning goes, right? So just leaning on the team and just letting the quarterback position be what it may.
Talk about how big a test it is in Montreal.
When you got a team that's won, 17 out of the last 18 games, I mean, they just find a way to win. Hats off to them. Kudos to them. We're trying to find a way to be like them. We're going to respect our opponent and our preparation, but, we're not going to fear anyone. And our mentality is we're going to go over there and try to win this game.
Cody Fajardo is going to start. Good to know that on day one.
Yeah, we'll take it. Shav and those Klund and all the guys on defense, they do a great job of preparing for whoever's in there. I mean, same thing last week with dealing with whether it was going to be Powell or Bo. So those guys, they've scouted those guys pretty well, and they know what to expect from either guy being in there under center.
Have you noticed a difference in the mood kind of around the team here in the last 3 weeks of picking up some wins?
You know what? Like the drive has always been there. The camaraderie's always been there. But it's good to see guys smiling and joking and laughing and being happy. But at the same time, they know when we come to work and we have to focus, the focus has to be there as well. Like I'm the first guy that'll tell them I love to joke and have fun, but doing our job comes first and foremost.
You've seen your turnover ratio in the past couple of years, middle at the bottom. You're third now,
right.
+5.
Wow. Okay.
What does that mean? I think you forced the most turnovers, and you've given, I think, your second least given up the ball in the league. So playing clean football and forcing turnovers.
That's what it's all about. Like if we can get that turnover differential ratio to a plus sign, I mean that's big for us. And I know we were able to get a few last week. I think maybe a couple weeks ago, maybe when we played Hamilton, we may have had one in the red zone. I want to say, the biggest thing for me is when we get to the red zone is being able to put the ball in there. And the defense did a great job last week giving us some short fields, and hopefully we can duplicate that this week.
You kicked out of Commonwealth for a couple of weeks, I think, because of the concerts. Are you a Metallica fan?
I've heard some of their music. It's been a long time. I think Pink's supposed to be here as well too. But it's all type of distractions. Last week it was the new owner. The week before that it was something else. And hopefully this is getting us ready for something big farther down the road. So we'll just keep dealing with the distractions and making us focus and hone in even that much more and trying to continue to go win football games.
So if you had to go to one, Metallica or Pink, what would you choose?
I plead the fifth.
Can't do that again.
Yeah, I can't do that. I plead the fifth. All right, y'all.
Thanks, Jarious.